Welcome to Wanda's Workbasket for all things creative and crafty with a little bit of inspiration mixed in between. Today for, let's see, Fearless Friday. I'm doing this on Wednesday, June 2nd. This is for a challenge, kind of like an advent calendar, where you divide up your canvas into pieces and sort the numbers, like mix the numbers around, and you do one piece each day of the month. Since this month has 30 days, there are 30 squares. I actually divided it a little more evenly, and it would come out to 32. So two of them I just doubled up. I doubled up on the size. So 12 and 19, I think I doubled up on the size. One at the top, one at the bottom. So that's that. Yesterday I did the first, and I am replacing some of the drills, the plain drills, for sparklies, especially in the windows, the glow-in-the-dark windows. And I will show you what I do with that later. What I love to do is, you know, add to things, make it 3D, put light behind it, all kinds of things. So we're going to experiment with that kind of thing. So right now I put the sparkles in there. This is a pretty neat, creative canvas. They're Feel the Beauty in Diamonds is what their slogan is. This is kit PF1742. It's a cottage that kind of glows in the dark, kind of behind it. And it has cottage garden in the front and a little gate. It's a 40 by 50, and it's a poured glue. It came with a clear sheet until I replaced it with these release papers. I've seen on net that people are having a lot of trouble with parchment paper. If you get the wrong kind or you put the wrong side down on it, the parchment paper will stick. So I have been seeing a lot of advice for those who need to clear that off using baby wipes. And yes, that is one of the best ways to clear that off. So I'm going to be doing 2 and possibly 3 with you today as we talk about our My Friend Fear by Meera Patel. And I believe we are on page... Ooh, do tell, do tell. Do you feel free, I think, is what we did last. It was a like an imagination exercise. But right now I am on page 26 and 27, and these are her drawings on that page. I will read, and then we'll discuss together. And then as we talk, I'll be doing my painting with you, WIP and chat. And then after that, I want to, let you know about the contest. And I hope you stay to the end so you know more about the contest. All right, so page 26, Meera Patel, My Friend Fear. Freedom is the recognition that where you are right now is exactly where you're supposed to be. It's fear that has reminded me over and over again that yes, I am different from you or anyone else, and how lucky I am that this is so. It's fear that has forced me to turn my ideas of difference over in my head until I could see that difference is beautiful, that I am lucky to be one of a kind, and that these very differences are what have allowed me to thrive. You know, in school, you always wanted to be the same as everybody else. You never wanted to be different. You never wanted to stand out. In fact, during school, I wanted to be invisible, to the point where I got pretty good at it. But, you know, there are times when you can no longer remain invisible. And the thing is, it's like fit in or else in school. But by the time you get to college or out on your own or married and have your own friends, you get to pick your friends, and your friends pick you, and it doesn't matter that you're different. In fact, your differences allow you to bloom in ways that other people bloom in their own ways. Differences are beautiful and they're cool, You just don't know that when you're young. This says, fear is a friend and it's there to support you. Have any of you ever felt like fear is your friend? Wow. Wow, to support me? I usually feel like fear takes the rudders off my ship. Like all friendships, the one you have with fear is a two-way street. It requires time, hard work, and honesty in order to become and remain healthy. It requires us to sit with it, listen to it, try our best to understand it, even though we don't always know how. Like any friend, fear can help you only if you let it. Yeah, let's not think that it's easy. Because when you sit with your fear, you have to feel the feeling. You have to feel the fear in order to get underneath it. And who of us want to sit with fear? It's a very difficult companion, prickly companion. I don't really love doing that. But Meera says that in order to learn from it, we must. She says, in the throes of darkness, fear makes us feel as if magic doesn't exist. But what if it's actually telling us exactly where to find it? Think back to a few moments ago when you were floating down that quiet stream. That was what we did in the last one. The water gurgles and splashes around you. There's a breeze, and when it touches you, you feel safe. Remember what it's like to feel free. Fear is always beside us, but it doesn't keep us from freedom. It leads us to it, slowly moving us toward the magic. I'm still struggling with feeling fear and feeling freedom at the same time. I love to float on that quiet stream. Wow. It's awfully difficult to stay afloat. All right, where's number 2? Please put your thoughts below. I'm going to be doing this sideways. This is number 2, square. And I will telephoto you in a little bit so you can tell what I'm doing. Oopsie. Oh, it's mostly color blocking, but we'll deal with that, right? Yeah. There. Can you see it enough? There we go, maybe you can see that. So number 2, which today is actually the second for me, there's a lot of dots. Let me do the colors first. What I did to kit up, you didn't see, I just put the baggies that they came in with the number right in here. And the ones I am exchanging out for sparklers, I put in next to that color that it's replacing. So, remove the scissors here, I don't need that. Alrighty then. E, big E is number 315. That's after the 310. Let me move these goodies out. That's number 6. A few of them in here. I only need 2. Let's see if I can just get 2 out here. 2 good ones. What I'm looking for, since I do the squares, what I'm looking for is to make sure that they are all symmetrical, that there is no there's no chunks attached to them. There's no dips or holes in them. Sometimes you find that. Now I'm going to ink up my ink up. I need to put wax on my pen. These look good, so I'm gonna go with that. I use a wax pencil for the sparklers because anything the pot of wax will stick to it. So I only need 2 right here. And I could do this with the tweezers, or I could do that with that. Do you need to be telephotoed in a little bit more yet? It's hard, isn't it? Hard to see. All right, I'll put those 2 back. I don't think there's anything in here that I'm exchanging for the sparklers. Alright, the next color I want to do that seems to stick out the most is the little slash lines. Slash lines is DMC 936, it's number 22. Go into my little pocket, find 22. A few in my container. The only thing I don't like about these little baggies is sometimes they come apart when you're trying to open them, and then you've got to put them in a different baggie or something. So I bounce them around until they like to stick together. And these will be one at a time. I will stick them. I line it up at a corner and see that it lines up. Kind of hard to see where I'm at. I don't know why. The lighting could be better. My eyeglasses could be better too. Alright, that's that one. Have you done any of the challenges along with another group? Which ones? Which ones were your favorites? On March, I did my first one, and it was a chuck-along with Mindy, I believe. Diamond painting with Mindy. And this one, I think, is with Rebecca. 4 kids at 147, I believe. Oh, I hope I got the numbers right. I'm sorry, Rebecca, if I don't. Okay, the letter X is next, and that's number 19. My tea. Okay. Just a few of those. There we go. Being very careful. Check them over, see if they have any damage. If they do, I throw the damaged ones away. Otherwise, I pick up the little X's. Oh, this is hard to see in this light. I'm going to have to change that light out. Put a light pad underneath it. That's what I need to do. Yep, that's what I need to do. So we both can see better then, huh? What do you think? Just a small one will do. Okay. Put all the X's in. We put these away, and let me go see if I can find a light pad. Oops! See, I'm such a klutz. Spilled it everywhere. And of course they don't pick up very easily. La-di-da-di-da. And that doesn't even help. There we go. So, alright, I'll wait till I get the light pad and then we'll chat again. Alright. Get in there. Get in there. Get in there. Dun, 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 dun. Get in there. Alright. Oops. Hang on. I'll be right back. Okay, I got the light pad. I also wanted to show you something else that I got. It's a magnifier glasses. Right now I have the 1.5 in. It has a number of lenses to go with it that you can swivel this back and forth. It comes with a light. You need 3 AAA batteries to go with it. This also pivots a couple of degrees here and there. So you can get it snug fit. It's got a nose rest. Now I've got to tell you, it's not light. Okay, it is not a light piece of equipment. But it has saved my bacon. Oops, keep going off. It has saved my bacon a bunch of times because I can see so much better with them on, but they're very heavy. So when I get this adjusted upright, I can absolutely see this field perfectly, and I can see where I screwed up already. Oh, I'm going to keep these glasses on. And I like the light pad underneath it because now I can see what I'm doing and forget the truck moving around outside. As I was working on this Pretty Neat Creative yesterday, I noticed that not only are the drills near perfect, I had thrown a few out that like to bunch up on each other. They are so flat and smooth and close together that they click in almost perfectly with just a minuscule amount of gap between them. I love that. As I do this, you will see what I mean. Alrighty. It's the only 2 pens I need. What other one is sticking out? Pretty advanced. So that yellow, bright yellow A, 1, 2, 3, 5 of those. Bright yellow A is not on this chart. Oh well, it's darker A. Okay. That is number 18. I haven't used that one yet. Mustard color, kind of. The greeny mustard. You might think, why aren't you using a smaller tray if you only need a few of them? Well, I do, but I didn't bring it over. So, okay, I check and see if they're perfect. Those 2 are clumping together, but they don't seem to be a problem. Not quite perfect. That one has a skosh of a thing on the edge, so I'm getting rid of that one. Alright, those are A. Switch them right into place here. And there goes a fire whistle, which is most likely an accident on the turnpike near here. Lord bless those who were in the accident with health and safety, and keep them in the palm of your hands as they struggle for life in this emergency situation so that they can be home safely with their families. Amen. Alright, I'm putting the mustard ones away. Da-da-da-da-da. What else is next? I seem to see these little omicrons, which is the Greek letter O. Where are you, Omicron? Number 7. That's a green. Oh. Can you see them bunching together? I don't know if you can see them. There's bunching together. This one is. Can I pick them apart? If they don't get picked apart easily, I am not going to use them. These will probably pick apart easily, as they fling everywhere. So I'm going to shake it. I'm going to try to separate some of these. I'll get rid of the ones that don't work. I do have a reserve of diamonds. I bought a set of squares, a full set of squares and a full set of circles rounds from 2 different companies, and so that I have not only, you know, a good color match, but if I lose any, I at least have 100 of each one. Yes, I'm serious about this. You don't have to have that in order to do the craft, that's for sure. But I just want to make sure I do, because it's what I like to do. And maybe that's how I'm different. Okay, now let's see. Oopsie. Alright. There's a lot of things we have to pick apart in our day, don't we? A lot of things seem difficult or stuck together. Oop, that one has some things we have to reject in our life. Some things we just need a little encouragement. Maybe our kids, when they're arguing, they're stuck together. Oh my gosh, my kids used to argue. But you could tell they really loved each other too. They stuck up for each other in school and that kind of thing. And in the neighborhood. My brother and I argued too. My parents were of the Dr. Spock era. I don't mean the one from Star Trek. I mean the child care expert, so to speak. He used to say that, you know, you let kids fight, they're never going to kill each other. Well, sometimes my brother and I got so angry with each other, we were thinking about it really seriously. So I really don't recommend that. What I recommend is pull them apart and try to get them to bargain and try to see if they can talk it out and, you know, make a commitment to something, some kind of a win-win situation, or even if it's a lose-lose situation, just so that it's fair and you teach them how to negotiate with each other. You don't teach them to just fight it out and they'll be done. Let me shake it out again. That seems to be good. No other ones I feel like I want to pluck out of there. So, okay. And I'm doing the Omicrons, right? Alright. Yeah. But boy, man, I don't recommend just leaving kids fight it out. Or they won't know how to negotiate as an adult. They really do want to get along. They really do want to love each other, I believe. Siblings. Oh man, that can just be a difficult situation. You know, our parents aren't getting, or well, our father's gone, but, and I miss him so much. I'm sure my brother does too. But, anyway, as they're getting older in their life and we're getting older in our life, it's time to make some decisions, or they have to make some decisions for themselves. And that's not easy to do. Off there. That's not easy. They have to admit to them, you know what, that's probably because I don't have any gunk in here. Silly girl. What I do when I use these pots, I just sort of smash it in and wriggle it about and then see if I can push as much in. And I take the edge off of it. Make sure it's still all in there. Yep. And done. Now, it should pick them up easier. Smash them to the side. Yep, there we go. Perfect. 1, 2, 3. Perfect in a row. I don't do more than a 4-placer because for me that doesn't work out. There's 2 in a row. Oops. Okay, they separate a little bit. Squish them together a little bit. In line. And oops. Sometimes you have to coax them in right. Okay. Yeah. So, what was your takeaway from my friend Fear? If you still remember it now. To me, the takeaway was you have to sit with fear and understand it. Understand what it's there to teach you, instead of avoiding it and running the other way. You know, be able to live with the discomfort of it hanging around. Oops, it didn't come off of here. Until you learn what it's there to teach you. I hope that as you continue to do it, as it's a habit, it will become more comfortable. I don't really intend to get comfortable with my fear of spiders. That they can just leave right out. But usually when I tell God what I'm afraid of, that's the next thing God challenges me to do. So I'm not going to challenge God on spiders. I'm just going to try to learn my lesson as He brings them to me. So, if that lesson now is to struggle with sitting with fear, what am I afraid of now? You want to get real? You want to get honest together? I'm afraid that afraid to be alone. I'm afraid that some dreams will never come true. I'm afraid that I've lost the chance to make some of my dreams come true, to work hard for them, to do goals. I'm afraid that I've pissed away too much time. I'm going to let my phone ring because I'm here chatting with you, your company at the time. This time. Come on. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Bounce them all into the tray here. There's 3. Push. 3. There's a number of them in a row, so let's get a longer row. Oops, there's the double. Oh, gee, there it goes again. You know, there's a lot I'm afraid I'm going to miss out on. Some things I have on my... I need one of those things that keeps this blasted thing on, so it keeps me from touching it. I'm afraid I'm going to miss things. I'm afraid I'm going to leave things to the last minute and miss my chance. I don't know if you're a creative person. Sometimes you come up with ideas and then you turn around and somebody else has already run with your idea, even though you've never announced it or talked about it, other than maybe in your journal. It happens to me more often than I'd care to admit. I do have a number of things that I've done, that I've started, that somebody else has now come up with their version of it, and you know what, my version's always different, because we're all different, right? So I'm afraid I'm going to lose out on the opportunity of sharing mine. What is that being afraid of? What is that exactly? What am I afraid of there? Why? Why is that scary to me? What are your thoughts? I've heard some say, so what? You know, different ideas are different. Oh man, I gotta stop that. If I pull it out a bit, I hope that doesn't give you too much glare. Did I get all the Omicrons? The K is really sticking out to me right now. How about you? Let's do the K next. What am I actually afraid of? What am I actually afraid of? Oh, hang on. Yeah, that was my son. Wanted to take me out to dinner. Now I'd love to go. I ate something not too long ago, so I'll visit with them when they come back from dinner. So anyway, next one looks to be K. So I look on the key. K is number 24. It's 23, and where's 24? Here it is. I love these colors. These are just so cool. This is kind of like a green thing. See, I should have answered the phone. Oh, back again. Yeah, it was my son. He wanted to invite me out to dinner. He came over, so that's a good thing. All right. Shake, 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 shake. Any ones I have to eliminate? Oh, yep. There's one. You can see it's just a piece of something here. Just a piece of gunk. Not even a square, so out it goes. Oh, nothing, no static or anything. This is really nice. Flip over a few so they don't get flipped on my painting. Line up a bunch. Whoops. I'm making it worse instead of better, I think, in some ways. Anyway, so making friends with fear, wondering what is underneath that fear, wondering why I am afraid of missing out on something, of what does it matter who gets credit for it? What does it matter who gets credit for the idea? Except, you know, artists and their original artwork, they should get credit for it. Wherever possible, they should be licensed and acknowledged for the creativity and the work that is their gift. I guess in that way, that's what I'm thinking. Is it really that I'm worried about see how nice and neat they click in? Dink. Oops. Easy to snug just in there. Oh, I love that. I love when it works out easily. There's some excess wax in there. Yeah. So anyway, excuse me, I have asthma and allergies and all that other good crap. All that other happy crap. Upside down. What am I really afraid of? What are you really afraid of? It's got to be something more than just, you know, missing out on an opportunity. What's it about that opportunity that I don't want to miss? Recognition? Am I really that vain? I'm trying to sit with my fear here, right? As Meera Patel pointed out. Well, I guess it's frustrating as a creative too, that when you want to be original, but then again, they're saying that there's nothing original in this world. And I think Spirit sometimes gives the same idea to a bunch of different people to see who's going to run with it. Because we don't always listen to Spirit. We don't always jump on the chances that we're given. I believe each of us have a unique place in life, a unique voice, a unique way of expressing ourselves and expressing the Creator who created us. So I do believe that there is not a story, but something within each one of us. Oh man, that there's only ours to tell, regardless of how many others do something similar. And I think I finally found that for me. It's the book that I'm writing. There are others that are now coming out with their stories. Mine is different, is unique in how I'll be able to tell my story. And how I'll be able to demonstrate how God has been helping me heal over time in unique ways. Nobody else can say the same thing. So there's that. I guess I don't want to miss that chance. Oh, I keep doing that. I need one of those little things that you could put over it, but I can't bump it. It's very frustrating. Click, 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 click. See how they see it in there just like that? Oh, I love that. Just sits right in there. You have to tell me if the camera angle's okay, if you want to see closer or further away as I'm doing this. Just let me know. I'm going to put the K away. What do we see next? Maybe the C down here? How about that? We'll do the few C's that are there. Yeah. Come on here. Come on, come on, come on, line up. It's 24. Okay, the letter C, the blue C, is number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. A blue-gray. Blue-gray. There's only like 5 of them here, 5 or 6. Oops. Way too many. Oh. That one belongs to the last grouping. Shuffle them up. I need to throw away. And click them in. So what is the fear trying to teach me? Am I just beating a dead horse here and just sort of not getting the point? And okay, what I like to do is, oop, there's one bumping up. See, I should have done that the last time. What I like to do is, after I put some in, and I have a little pad of them, I like to run my finger over them. And you can feel immediately if something's sitting up too high. Then I pop that right back down in. Okay. I'm not going to do the stars down here just yet, because I may miss a few because they're light colored. There's little V's in here. I can do those next. Yeah. Okay, that's 4. Little V is 8. It's 8. Ooh, that's kind of like a sandy color. Alright, not too many. I mean, some fears are good. Some fears are very good. Okay, that has to go. It's a piece of trash. Some fears keep us from danger. They keep us from getting hurt. Like when you have a fear of, like sometimes PTSD is a fear that comes from sensing that you're in a similar situation as to when you were hurt before. And your body reacts with the fight or flight enzyme, hormone, whatever it is. And your body goes into that tensed up fear mode and makes you hyper vigilant to what's going on around you. That's there for a reason. Now, it can come up at a time when that is not the case, but your body senses it in some way, where the hormones have kind of got out of whack. I call it a hormone. I'm not sure what to call it, but that chemical that influences you to go into that mode, it can be like out of whack and not do you any favors. That's when you seek some counseling and seek some help, maybe even medicinal help, to help alleviate those fears and to understand how to make your situation safe, to understand what your body's reacting to. Our bodies seem to keep a memory of what's going on that our brain doesn't always remember immediately. Excuse me. And sometimes it's hard to tell then. I guess I'll do the little tree next. That is 29. Next to last. 7, 28, 29. That is a tan. I'm sorry, I'm sniffing and allergies and asthma and all that other kind of crazy stuff. Just ignore that, please. Ooh, some nice lineups. Okay. Oop, there's some trash. Take out the trash. Alright. Alright. I'll divvy them out as I get through them. Excuse me. Alright, those are the little trees. That's what they look like to me. I'm not sure what to call that wingding. These symbols in here are just like the wingdings. Like if you go on your computer fonts and you look up wingding font, there might be several of them. And they will be the symbols. You will find similar symbols to what you see on the canvases. It's just kind of a fun fact. That's why they come up with so many. Snuggle it down. Oops, come on now. I used to be afraid of public speaking, of praying in public, of doing a sermon, and God miraculously got me through that. I'd love to share that story with you sometime. Not quite ready to do that yet because it's sensitive. But that's where I want to go because I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one. And if my story in any way should help anyone else that has gone through it as well, I would love for my story to be useful. to you in that way. And I have to get the courage to talk about it. I have to get orange, huh? Is it then I need to have more orange color around me? Or is that too new agey to say? My husband would say that's too new agey to worry about. But in a way, I think that's true. All right, now which one? I'm almost seeing the stars here. But I think the next one will be the little Sagittarius symbol in the middle there. What do you think? Yeah. Here we go. Yep, that's my star sign, if that even matters. I know that's goofy too, but goofy in a way that I don't mean to offend anybody, but it just isn't. 27, yep. I don't rely, I mean, I'm not the kind of person who's gonna look at my horoscope and say, oh, this is what my day is going to be for the whole day. Sometimes I think it's fun to look back on it after the day's over to see if, hey, you know, if anything works out. But sometimes they're so general that it would work out no matter what day you pick it up. And I don't mean to offend anybody who loves horoscopes. If, hey, you do you. But as a Christian, I'm taught not to rely on those things. And let's see, where are my Sagittarius? There we go. Where is my Archer? That's a pretty color in there, the way they mixed that in. What do you think? That yellow? It's kind of pretty. Yeah. Next one I think is going to be the Y, then the star, then the L, and then those little slashies. Come on now. It's so pretty. This is kind of fun doing it this way, don't you think? That there's a mystery that's unraveling that you can see. I think it's pretty. Alright, why? Why? Because I want to. Oh, that's the 28, right below that. That's also a mustard color. More yellow than green, though. Not too many. Shake them about. Line them up. Take out the trash. It's so tiny. Alright, good. And fill it in to get more wax. Put it in and twist it till the excess goes off. Alright. Why? Why? Oh, that's upside down. Anyway, I'm going to try to do that this week. I'm going to try to sit with my fear. Sit with it, journal about it, how it's making my body feel, how it's making me react. What am I actually afraid of? I'm going to try to drill down further into why it's happening. Why am I afraid of what I'm happening? Is it a way to keep me safe, or is it a reaction to something that's no longer a threat to me, or is it some kind of an imagined thing that's like, you know, like monsters in the closet when you were little, that kind of thing. What is it that's scaring me? What am I really afraid of? I'm going to drill down. You know what? I'm not afraid of those kind of things because I have a lot of boxes back up on the shelf. Like, you know, when you're in therapy or something and then they say, well, put that on a shelf, put that in a box on the shelf and we'll talk about it another time. I had a lot of boxes up on that shelf to pull down. Lots of boxes. And God doesn't ask us to confront any of those boxes that we're not ready to. Now I'm going to do the star, 23. It's a kind of like a gray taupe. I really believe that. We're not asked to face anything that we're not ready to. And I don't think we give ourselves enough credit either. I think we can face more and we're stronger than we give ourselves credit for. Sometimes we need somebody to sit with us as we go through it, and so that we don't feel alone. That is a definite possibility. I have a couple of really good friends, really, really, really good friends, who I trust to keep my secrets, whom I trust to tell me the truth. Not tell me what I want to hear, but tell me the truth about things. Tell me what they observe. And I'd rather have somebody tell me the truth and it be difficult to hear than to lie and let me believe a lie about myself or someone else. It may be hard to hear some things, but we need to. We can't put our head in the sands anymore. We just can't. We can't have somebody talking in our ear that is just talking. Where's 12? Here it is. Okay, 11 I was changing out. This is 12, yeah. 12. Nice little catch. Oop, there's a non-12 in there. Come on, you. Come on out. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your booty. Shake your booty, baby. Okay. Shake them up. I'm going to fill in the inner ones. And I go around the side. Yeah. Yep, and there's some things that only a therapist can walk us through. If you see the Netflix show, what is it called? The Kaminsky Project, I think. It's this actor who hasn't been as successful as he would have liked to have been in his acting career, who runs an acting studio teaching young promising actors how to act. And I like the way it ends, but he has a friend that they understand each other. They're just two of a kind, I'm telling you. They both grumble and complain about the same things. They bounce ideas off of each other. They tell each other like it is, really. They don't pull any punches, which is cool. And it's cool to have a friendship like that. It may be annoying sometimes, but you've got to immerse yourself in your own truth if you want to grow. Some people don't want to do that. They just say, hey, you know what, just let me stew in my own juices and I'll be fine. And you might just be fine. but you won't be the best you can be. You won't be fully the you God made you to be. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. And I do want to be fully who God made me to be. Because there's nothing on earth that feels better than helping someone get past something that they didn't that they didn't think they could do on their own. I remember this one. I'll tell you this one story yet. I know I'm going over past time here, but I'll tell you this one story yet. In Girl Scouts, when I was a leader, my daughter was in, I think it was juniors, which is 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. We went to the Girl Scout pool at the camp. And in order to swim in the deep end, maybe you remember this, you have to take a swimming test. Yeah, I hear you. All the Girl Scouts out there going, yeah, and you groan. Which means you swim from one end to the other in the deep end while a leader watches you do it. Lifeguard type on duty thing. And basically that's what they ask you to do. So one little girl, I mean, she really wanted to be in the deep end. Something fierce, because all her friends made it. And she wanted to make it too. And okay, you know, we don't deny anybody the chance to try. Oops, it's a 3-wayer here. Philly. So, when it was her turn, she put down her towel, and she jumped in, and she swam most of the way across really, really well. She started to slow down, so I gracefully took off my shoes. I walked along the edge of the pool, encouraging her, come on, you can do it, let's go, you can do it. And walking right up with her, right at the edge of where she was swimming. Come on, you can do it, you're almost there. And you could see that her breath was, she's getting tired, and she wasn't sure if she could make it. You just knew what was going on in her head, because, you've been there before. You wondered yourself if you could make it. And so I took off my shoes, and then I yelled at somebody to go get her towel. I think I took off my heavy sweater or jacket or whatever it was against the chill. As I was walking, I would just peel the stuff off and throw it beside, so that she wouldn't see I was doing it, but that I was prepared if I had to jump in after her. And she did make it. Oh, she was like 1 or 2 strokes away from just like being too exhausted to come up. But we were right there. We weren't going to let her drown. We weren't going to let anything bad happen to her. So, let's see, how do I get that? Oh, yeah, here's the pusher. Forgot I had a pusher on the end here. That's a flat edge. I call it a pusher because I use it to push some of the drills down to the end. Oops. Before I put them in the bag. That's the way it's supposed to work. So anyway, to get to the end, she was just about out of energy. And I help her get out of the pool at that end, and she's huffing and puffing, and like she's shivering. She's just so cold, maybe from exhaustion more than cold. And I grabbed the towel from the one gal I had asked to go get it. I wrapped it around her arms, and I held her so tight, and I lifted her up, and I said, "You are my hero today. Look at you. Look how far you've come. You've done it. You are my hero today." And she had the biggest smile on her face. It was unbelievably beautiful. And I felt so good at being able to encourage her to get to that next level. Self-esteem comes from doing something hard and succeeding at it. doing it often enough that you succeed at it. And I think sometimes when we play those stupid Facebook games and stuff that, you know, you have to pay to get rewards and stuff like that at the end, and you don't want to, oh, it's the very last one. Yeah. Number 3, which is not a 5200 white, but it's a cream. I love this color. Anyway, you know, what was I saying? Oh, those games. I think these companies make their money because we don't stick with it long enough. They count on you getting frustrated, not being able to pass a level, and then they offer you all these different, rewards and helps and things like that. And I think that's where we get into trouble, because, you know, just give yourself time. Often enough when you're practicing it a bit, you kind of get like, okay, maybe this will work next time, maybe that'll work next time, and you work at it, and you work at it, and you play with it. Sometimes if you do it long enough, they say, okay, you know, we want you to continue playing the game, so we'll give you a pass. Kind of like, we'll give you a super easy way to pass this. I've seen that happen. So that's kind of fun when that happens. But it's also fun when you work hard at it and you figure it out, and you know that you could do it. You know, you may use a helper too. You may not. But, oh, that's a dud. But I try not to use the helps. I don't want to spend any money on those stupid games. I don't. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sometimes you have to gush it out a little bit. If they're too tight, the space, sometimes you have to move your drill pen a little bit to make them even. There we go. Nice. So my advice would be to just stick with it. Just stick with it until you get it right, because you will feel so good about yourself when you're done. Do something hard and succeed at it. I think that's where I'm going to leave it for today. I'll do this while I wait for my son to get back from taking my mother out to eat tonight at a local store, local pizza place. Yay for no masks now. The vaccine. Vaccinated. Yeah. So I'll wait and chat with them when they get back, find out how their last couple days at our vacation spot wound up being. And it was nice for them the last couple days, instead of rainy, yucky like it was for us. Okay. And it wasn't the cabin in the Poconos that I told you about earlier. Okay, the contest. You've heard me say it a whole bunch of times already, I think, that when I get to 100 subscribers, please like and subscribe so I can continue to chat with you about things that matter in our life, in our lives, and help each other through some difficult times. Encourage each other and work us through. So when I get to 100 subscribers, I'm going to tell you which video to comment on. I'll even give you something to comment. I'll give you a word or something to comment. And when I will do a random generator so that it's fair. Anybody who writes something in that comment, then they'll be eligible to win. This first contest will be, I think I have a drill pen, a beautiful drill pen, that I have extra from Jim's Diamond Pen Shop. And let's see, I have kits, I have lots of things. I have stuff to do a monthly giveaway for the next 10 years practically.